talked about scale as one of the things you're looking at in this next year as part of your project and part of your continuing fellowship here. Early thoughts, either things that you're really kind of worried about or concerned about, early thoughts or ideas. We talked some upstairs or earlier about kind of systems and organizations that might get in the way. If you were to say you're going to give this audience a preview of how the heck could you take this system, which might be easier in a small organization, the small little startup that has 5 people, it might be easier. We've got to, if this is going to make a real difference in the world, it's got to happen in big organizations. What are some of the keys to that? Some of the blockages? Just what's on your mind on that as you embark on looking at that key issue?
I think it's going to come down to leadership too, right? So if you think about how most of us are hired to a job description. But if you kind of think about it, that's not really where you add the most amount of creativity and value. And so could we even rethink how we think about how do we hire? So maybe we don't do a job description. Maybe we actually just signal like a Batman kind of, bat signal to we have a need. Maybe we can have people come and pitch us for how they might solve that need so that it's based on onlyness, not based on fitting into a box. You might actually ask leaders to, instead of thinking of, I have these 5 jobs and these 5 jobs fit in this particular structure, you might say, what is this compilation of talent I need on this team? And then, as you build person 1, person 2 on the team, then you might go, okay, now what is the next thing we need? And how do you start to orient around that? Because then you're starting to lead much more through the amplification of onlyness. It would look like you were going slow, but it would let you go fast because those are people who are going to be engaged and passionate, and they're going to be able to then, as they hire people, spread power deeper down the organization. Because as soon as what you're doing when you're saying, I want you to come to work with all your onlyness, what you're actually saying is, you got the keys, baby, or you got the ball. Go run it down the field, right? It just changes the relationship from one where you have to check back in and all those things. So I think that's going to be a fundamental thing to scale is to think about what are the leadership constructs that would need to shift.
Yep.
And I think the other piece we've been talking about is how could we help people understand the relationship of onlyness to engagement? Because if people are truly engaged in their work, performance at company rises. All the research proves that. We just need to kind of do a little bit more linkage to show where this thesis fits to that piece. So I think showing, because I think it's intuitively right. Like how many of you guys just as soon as you kind of get this part, even in 30 minutes, you're like, that completely makes sense, right? This is going to drive performance. So then it's just, okay, how do we show it analytically so that people can go, oh, there's the business case for it, and then people will do it because they want to.
Yeah.